Good afternoon. My name is Georgia Lill, and today I will be speaking about common and legal ethical considerations applicable to youth ministry. Our first legal and ethical issue we'll be focusing on is driving minors home from youth group. If a minor needs a lift home, the youth minister or volunteer leader can drive them home as long as they are wary and abide by these three considerations. First and foremost, they must have written permission via permission slip or text message from the parent or guardian that states they consent to their child being driven home by one of the leaders of the ministry team. There are numerous legal reasons why this must be done. It protects not only the student, but also the leader. They also need to ensure that they are not by themselves and there are at least 3 or more people in the car, so it doesn't turn into a one-on-one type experience. This could mean 2 under 18s and 1 over 18, or 2 over 18s and 1 under 18, but more the merrier. It's just to ensure that accountability is upheld and to make sure the minor feels safe. Being alone in general, let alone a car with a minor, should be avoided at all costs by leaders, especially over 18s, and you should always be in the view of the other leaders. Lastly, the driver must be on their full driver's license or green provisional license, and this means no learners or red provisional license drivers that can drive the youth home. And this is just to ensure the safety of the child. Our second legal and ethical issue is communication between under and over 18s. Considering the legalities, an over 18 has a duty of care which must be abided by at all times. A duty of care is defined as a moral or legal obligation to ensure the safety or well-being of others and in youth ministry, the well-being of the safety of the youth. And this means there should be no private communication on a personal level between minors and over 18s. Online messaging one-on-one is not permitted. If a minor messages over 18, it is important to let the youth minister know. If a minor does need to have communication brought forth regarding youth group, this should be done by the youth minister or through the child's parents. If a minor is a student leader, the youth group official group chat is where you should communicate with them. Talking one-on-one can be okay if it is an occasional in public and at youth group or on the youth group chat. This means you shouldn't be in areas that you cannot be seen. You should always be in the sight of others. If a youth does contact an over 18, you may want to explain safeguarding implications to them for your own safety and move it into a group setting. It is also very important as part of duty of care, it involves mandatory reporting, which every leader, especially over 18s and youth ministers, must know. Mandatory reporting means that if a student says something that is indicated a potential harm to themselves or someone else, the leader must tell the youth minister, and they may even have to report to the director. And this just ensures the safety, because that's the number one priority for us. This ethical issue also means that you should be keeping conversation on a relatable but not a personal level. And over 18 should not be oversharing or confiding in an under 18 in any manner. Lastly, the final legal and ethical issue brought forth is privacy and confidentiality. Privacy is being defined as the ability of an individual or group to seclude themselves of information about themselves and thereby express themselves selectively. And in youth ministry, that would mean their personal details given, like an email or a phone number. And confidentiality is defined as in a way is intended to keep private or secret. And that would be, for example, if a parent confides in a youth minister details of a legal situation, they can't go off telling everyone at the youth group what's happening. It is the youth minister's role to ensure the personal details of the youth and parents are kept private and not shared with anyone under any circumstance. Only certain people can access this information. Youth ministers and the director of 24/7, and in extreme circumstances, the police. An online file is kept with all your personal details, but is kept secure and password protected. And if there's any information on paper, that would also go into a file, a tangible file, and could only be accessible by the youth ministers or director, and is put in folder under a lock and key, and is kept in an office which is also locked. This is a legal obligation, which means if a youth minister is careless and leaves the youth group folder in a place where anyone could obtain the information, they are completely liable if that information is released inappropriately. I really hope that I'm able to get you more insight into the legal and ethical considerations of youth ministry. Thank you.